Have I ever mentioned what a beautiful freaking country we live in? It's absolutely beautiful. Even those states that you think there isn't too much to see in, oh, it's beautiful too. Well, I'm in another state. I'm in Nevada. This is my third state in 2 weeks. And now I'm in the mountains of Nevada. I've been on these roads traveling for almost 3 years. I have been doing this solo with my dog. Being a female that travels alone, I have to be extra careful and always aware of my surroundings. Everyone in this world is not kind, and I have noticed that us females that travel alone get looked at a little different. I choose to live this lifestyle, traveling and being in nature. I do this because I am at peace in nature. I enjoy doing this solo and don't need or want a companion with anyone along my travels. I have been celibate for 6 years and I am content with that. So, if you ever see a female camping or traveling alone, please do not make her feel uncomfortable and assume she is looking for companionship. As you will see at the end of this video, that unfortunately happened to me. I absolutely love finding places like this. Places like this that isn't a national park or a state park, because, well, those places are getting pretty packed right now. So it's pretty awesome when you can find beautiful areas just as beautiful as those national parks and state parks. I mean, look at this. Look at how freaking beautiful it is. And thank goodness I have a Jeep, because I am on dirt roads, having to drive on a dirt road through the mountains, because sometimes taking dirt trails and dirt roads or hiking is when you can find some of the most secluded, beautiful places. Thank you, Jeep. Okay, so I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I saw a dirt road and I took it because it looked like the dirt road went through some pretty mountains, and it does, but I didn't expect to come up on an old cabin and a bunch of old machinery. An old stone cabin. Stone. So that was a nice, pleasant surprise. Apparently this cabin is called Hamid Cabin. I can't give you guys any research on it because there's no plaques or anything about it out here. And I didn't expect to find this. Those look like scissors on top of wheels. I don't know what any of this stuff is. That looks like a death trap right there. Oh, the spikes. It's pretty cool. There's a stone cabin right over there, or ruins of it. Some of you guys won't get this, but this looks like one of those, I can't remember what they're called, but the things where you put your tire up on, and you see how good your flex is with your Jeep and your tires. Well, we all know who John Deere is. It's pretty cool. This, I think, is a horse carriage. And this thing is pretty cool. It's got the, I'm guessing this was seats. I don't know. I could be wrong. Does it have a date on it? I don't know. It's a crazy contraption, whatever it is. And then over here is the stone cabin. Because it's pretty cloudy and overcast today, it kind of looks spooky. It looks like an actual ghost town. It's really pretty out here though. All right, let's go see what else is down the road. Look, I found another old stone cabin. Boy, there's lots of stuff down this road, but there's actually a sign over here that tells us a little bit of what this is. Oh, apparently, wow. Apparently there's a trail, a hiking trail back here. Too bad there's bad weather coming in. Can't do that. So, Let's see. Does it tell me anything about this cabin? It says the rock for the stone cabin was cut from the ash-tuff outcroppings you see to the north of the cabin. Right there. It matches the cabin. Cutting and collecting the rock was a difficult and time-consuming task. During construction, families needed protection from the elements. Doesn't say anything about the cabin though, except how it was built. Huh. Look at the old picture of the little kid. Huh. And then this is an outhouse, because I know what outhouses are. But there's a lock on it, so we're not going to be using that. I bet you that's a pretty trail back there. Grills. Okay. The door looks like it's open, but that looks really creepy to go inside. Huh. One of the old wagons. Oh, here we go. Found it. This cabin is typical of early homes built by the first pioneers to settle this valley. It was built in the 1870s by George Moody. The blocks for the walls were hand-hewn from the surrounding volcanic tuff. Chisel marks can still be clearly seen on the north side of the cabin. The cabin was later owned by the Hollinger family until the early 1900s. Occupied periodically as a summer home until the 1970s, and then the Nevada State Parks acquired the property in 1991. This is where they got the stones to build that stone cabin. Pretty cool. You know, I'm definitely blessed to be able to go and see all these beautiful, beautiful places, nature, everything in all these states. absolutely blessed. And yes, I do it all by myself in the Jeep. And my little 5-pound dog. Dang, that's big. That was pretty cool. That one was a huge, huge, huge dust storm. It's really windy out here, so I think that might have been the biggest one that I've ever seen. I really don't know how some people can't find this peaceful. I mean, look at this. Got a storm coming in. I need to get off these dirt roads now because I'm pretty deep far in these mountain roads. So, time to turn around and head back. A lot. I meet people out here on these travels, and especially the ladies. I get a lot from the ladies saying, you don't see a lot of females doing this all by themselves. And I'm like, no, I guess not. I guess it's mostly couples or friends or whatever. And I do see me being a solo female traveler and doing this all by myself. I get a lot of looks. There's some horses. Horses. Well, hello, pretty horses. I get a lot of looks and I get a lot of questions. But then I get a lot of other things also, which I'm going to tell you guys about a little thing that happened with me the other day. So you guys know I love meeting people and making friends. And I was at this campground about a week ago camping. And it was an established campground. And they're not a couple. It was a mother and a son that were camping in an RV. And they came over, introduced themselves to me. And then they invited me over for dinner one night, which I thought was really, really nice. So I went over there the first night and had a nice dinner with them. They were really nice people and everything. And I really enjoyed hanging out with them. And then the second day, they invited me over for dinner again. So I went. It was my last night at that campground too. But, you know, I am a solo female traveler. And I know a lot of people, they think that I get lonely out here doing what I do. Or I want a companion. Or I want a significant other. So, after we got finished eating dinner the second night, I went ahead to go tell them goodbye because I was getting up early the next morning to leave. So I went ahead and started saying my goodbyes to them and telling them thank you so much for the dinner. It was really nice of them to feed me. And it was nice meeting them. Now, mind you, I'm putting this into a little bit of consideration right here. They were drinking. So, and they had been drinking for a while. So I'm putting that into consideration to what happened. So as I'm saying goodbye to the guy looks at me and says, "Can I ask you a question?" I was like, "Sure." And he kept stepping towards me. And when he kept stepping towards me, I kept backing up a little bit because he was getting a little bit too close. And so he asks me if he could ask a question. I was like, "Sure you can." And he goes, "Can I kiss you?" I said, "Nope." I said, "I'm going to go say bye to your mom now. Nice meeting you." Went and said bye to his mom because she was inside the RV. And then I just went to my Jeep, got inside, and went to bed. Now, at first, I was a little bothered by that when I got in my Jeep and laid down in my bed. I really did sit there and think about what had just happened. I gave this guy no signs whatsoever. I wasn't even dressed cute because I'm at the campsite, you know, like I had a sweatshirt on and I wasn't even dressed cute. So I gave this guy like no reason to ask that. So I was up for a while really thinking about that. Because it bothered me. Because it kind of sucked. Because I'm like, oh. So now, like, do I need to be careful now? Like, when I'm in these campgrounds and people invite me over for dinner, should I not go over for dinner now? Unless it's just a family or a husband and wife? And then I guess a husband and wife, there is swingers out there. Just kidding. So, in a way, it kind of made me think, oh, well, this guy probably thinks, here I am, this full-time female traveler. I probably hook up with people along the way and everything. You know, probably looking at me as like some hippie, which I am. So yeah, being a solo female traveler is tough sometimes. It really is. I mean, I'll get stuff like that to happen. And then I also get the looks all the time. I also get questioned. Sometimes people don't realize how long I've been doing it. And so then they want to question me about things because they don't think that I know what I'm doing. But then I also get some people, they give me the looks and everything because I live in my Jeep. So they kind of look at me as like this homeless person. that lives in her vehicle. Which I choose to do this. So yeah, being a female traveler and doing it all by yourself, it is tough sometimes. It really is. I'm not bothered by that incident anymore. I'm laughing at it now. But it is going to make me question people now if they invite me over for dinner. If it's not like a couple or a family. I mean, if it's a guy, should I just go ahead and say, hey, just want to let you know, this is a friendly thing. Don't think it's going to be anything more. I mean, is that what I do? And then they're going to be like, wow, you're all about yourself. We weren't even thinking of hitting on you. So, I don't know. I had to share that with you guys. Because, you know, being a solo female traveler, we have to be extra careful. It's different for guys. We have to be on guard all the time. We have to be very aware of things in our surroundings. I really wish it wasn't so difficult for us females. And people question how I do this and why I do it. And am I not worried about my safety? And I shouldn't be doing this because of the world we live in. And blah, blah, blah. Say hi, little one. I got my cone off. Yay! But I'm going to say this. I will not live in fear. I will not do it. I know we live in a messed up world, in a horrible world, with a lot of crime and a lot of bad things and a lot of negativity, but I will not live in fear. I'm going to enjoy traveling alone, by myself, in these beautiful places of nature. I'm going to go hike in the middle of nowhere and enjoy those beautiful hikes. I'm going to continue living in my Jeep in nature. I will not ever live in fear. Ever. I'm just always aware of things. And I'm always on guard. Okay. I just pulled over because I got to get this pretty picture of this mountain that I just saw. So, go get this picture.
Many people are afraid to travel solo because they fear it's unsafe. But if you spend your life living in fear or doubt, then you will never actually live life. Too many people are not living their dreams because they are living in their fears. I believe if you live in fear, you are not really living at all. Although we live in an evil and crazy world, I will not let the actions of others keep me in fear of living my dream of solo traveling.